Of the ancient Greeks once reigned supreme. Its gods ruled the universe from atop Mount Olympus, and the world below flourished under their protection. But nothing lasts forever. In battle after battle, the power-hungry Romans wore the Greeks down to the bloody end. The Greek gods were locked up in their castle in a secret Olympian city, never to see the light again. They were guarded by Prometheus, who had been forced to do so against his will. All hope was lost for the Ancient Ones, or so they thought. An extremist group called the Olympian Restoration Army wanted to bring back the ancient ways. They had been quiet until now. This is where our story begins.
We left Chicago happy to thaw out in Greece. Some students from Athens invited us on an expedition near Mount Olympus. They said they'd found the entrance to a secret temple at the base of the mountain, so we grabbed our gear and didn't look back. It had taken 2,000 years to discover, but we wasted no time trying to help them gain entrance. 3 of us made the journey across the Big Blue. Dr. Richard Headstrong, specialist in cryptology. His daughter Emma, need I say more? And me, Will Rock. I never knew how exciting archaeology could be until Emma introduced me to the department. That's why I'm still in it. On our way over, we got wind of some terrorist group called the ORA. They were some cult trying to bring back the good old days. We figured the worst we'd have to deal with is a few sign-carrying twerps in togas or something. We were met at the airport by one of the scientists who'd drive us for 3 days to the base of Olympus. He made my skin crawl, but when we finally got there, it was worth the wait. There stood this magnificent temple, carved into the side of the mountain, with this massive Titan statue standing guard. And what was with this group of self-proclaimed scientists? They'd been there for weeks, and all I saw was a bunch of beer-guzzling thugs playing cards. Well, to hell with them. What I needed was to unlock the code that would open the temple doors. We could be looking at the entrance to a city that everyone thought was just legend. It took weeks and weeks of long, hard work to crack the code, but we finally came up with something that just might do the trick. We deciphered some verses which we figured would open the temple doors, but we also uncovered a warning. If the doors to the city of Olympus are ever opened, the glory of ancient Greece will be restored. But beware, the gods will seek swift vengeance on mortals for their imprisonment. Vengeance? How could we enter this place? It was too dangerous. Suddenly we heard Emma scream outside. We ran out to find ourselves surrounded by ORA uniforms. I knew those scientists were fakes. They must have heard us talk about chanting verses to get in, because they had Emma, and they wanted in now. We did what they asked, and with a few magic words, the doors ground open. The ORA fell to their knees praying, except for the ones dragging Emma, kicking and screaming into the temple. They were yelling something about giving this virgin to Zeus as a bride. The professor whipped out his pistol, yelling, "Get away from my daughter, you bastards!" He fired at them with all he had, but he couldn't shoot for shit. Their response was swift. Bam! He was dead before he hit the ground. If I didn't do something quick, I'd be next. I wrenched the gun out of the professor's hand and started firing. I hit anything and everything, including the statue, which shattered into 1,000 pieces. Whoa, what was this? All of a sudden, this huge blue cloud whirled out of the statue, materializing into something I didn't want to mess with. What was I supposed to fight this with? Great. Looks like lights out for me. It smothered me like some sort of acid cloud. I couldn't breathe. My God, that light! I tried to speak, but instead this strange voice thundered inside my head.
I am Prometheus, bringer of fire. I have been imprisoned by Zeus for thousands of years. You've set me free, mortal. I'm in your debt for eternity. From this day on, I'll give you the strength and courage you need to save the Virgin and savor victory. The mark on your hand is a symbol of your new power. And now our journey begins. Find the gods' hidden treasures, which will give us the strength and power we need to survive. They are the key to Zeus's lair. Together we'll avenge the injustices we have suffered. Our destiny awaits.
Here, birdie, birdie. Bullseye.
Find the key. Failed me, mortal. Find the key.